Hello, my name is Pauline, and I'm one of the teachers here in AIC. So, today we're going to talk about how to handle AIC Kids courses. So, usually these are our external clients, which means they are not taking their classes in a juku setting or a cram school setting. They are taking it at home after their juku. All right, now that we know that, let's start with our course. So in our course, there are two types of materials. One for the reading comprehension and sentence construction, and two for the speaking practice. So let's call it Material 1 and Material 2. So let's have some samples. So here is a sample of Material 1. Now here is our Lesson 1 passage part, which is the reading comprehension part, and then Lesson 2 picture part, which is the sentence construction part. So we have a passage that the student will read and then a question that they will read and also answer. Now let's look at material 2. Now material 2 has a picture part just like material 1, but the difference is we have two questions only. So this is the speaking part. So you will let the student read these questions and then answer it. So it's important to ask them some follow-up questions because there's only two questions and there's a lot of time. So you have to take time. So you can do that by asking a lot of follow-up questions. Just make sure that they're easy and that the student can understand it. Now we're done with that. Let's talk about how to manage your time. So first, enter class 2 minutes earlier. It's better if you do because the students are usually early. They're at home, so they sometimes come in at before, 5 minutes before the class. So next, let the student in 1 minute earlier. This is best practice because it can be a grace period if you have any technical problems. And then next, extend accordingly. If you do have technical problems and it consumes time from your class time, then you can extend maybe a minute or two if you have a next class. But if you don't, you can extend maybe 3 or 4 minutes. Just don't forget to ask your student. All right, now lastly, we have 1941. So this is an ideal way to distribute time throughout your materials. So let's talk about this. First, in material 1, we have 1 minute for intro, and that's usually the time that we've entered our student. So usually we have 1 minute to spare because it's a minute early from their actual class time. So first greet the student, have a brief conversation, and ask some questions. So make sure to build rapport because the AIC classes are in your schedule for a while, so you will have a lot of time with that student. Next, we have lesson 1, passage part. So you can have at least 9 minutes for this. Let the student read the paragraph, go back over any words that need corrections, and then let the student answer the question after reading it, and then ask follow-up questions. So here, while the student is reading, you can help them when they struggle with some words on how to read it and pronounce it, but make sure that you don't spoon feed every word to them. And then next we have lesson 2, picture part. So you can have at least 4 minutes for this one. Now, like before, let the student answer the question after reading it and then ask follow-up questions. And then lastly, we have the wrap-up or closing. You can have a minute for this or maybe 30 seconds if you'd like. Just don't forget to go over the corrections once again and then give feedback on their performance. All right, let's tackle material 2. So same with material 1, the intro's the same, the picture part's the same, and the closing is the same. The only difference is the speaking practice. So we have 9 minutes for this because we have to make them talk. This is a speaking practice after all, so let the student read the question, explain further on words that they may not understand, and let the student answer. So don't forget to ask follow-up questions. So this will save you because there's a lot of time for the speaking practice. So you have to find a way to consume that time. And follow-up questions are a good way to go. So now we're done with that. So good luck and have a good day. Bye.